apparently I've been in the stream since it started because, like an idiot, I left Twitch open last night and received a gift sub. Yeah, Travis, you missed the... You missed the 2 separate instances of everybody having a gift sub fight. So you probably got... You got a collateral gift sub. But welcome to the stream on a Saturday, Travis, or, well, as always, Sunday for you. Hopefully the weekend's going well for you so far, and hopefully you're having a good Sunday morning. Let's see. Kill J. Edgar units. Yeah, that's absolutely a thing I'm gonna do over the course of time. Alright. So, with that being done, let me go ahead and get this Annihilator repaired so that we don't get it blown up. And then let us continue with what we were doing. What we were actually doing before Hamster showed up with his peeps. Is we were over here having a fun time, bullying Sharita. Which we will now continue to do. Drive-by gift subbing? Nah, I don't think it was drive-by. It was definitely... It was intentional, and everybody stuck in for a while, so, yeah, it was not drive-by at all. Heard something about a Night Star in the middle of the night? Did that happen? Well, we found a Night Star. We ran into a Night Star. I legged it. But unfortunately, it parted it out, even though we legged it, so we were not able to salvage it. We only got the parts, which is unfortunate. Good at derailing myself, only fair that I share the gift with others. That's fair. I have also been known to get off on some really goofy tangents from time to time. I'm sorry? End-game rescue. This mission is late-game content from the Coyotes mission pack. The risk and rewards are very high. Rescue mission with added difficulty of having to extract your own lance from the battlefield upon completion. You're also required to destroy an enemy forward operating base before your Leopard can even attempt a landing. Rewards 2 random hero heavy mechs and an assortment of max tier energy weapons. Okay. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know there were in-game missions in Coyotes. However, I don't think we're at that point yet. We can barely handle a difficulty 100 mission without getting our butt cheeks blown off. So, maybe we head somewhere else instead. Stronghold defense contract. We just did that one. I'm not anxious to do it again. This one somehow has the parts that we need, but doesn't have any missions. I'm not sure how that's supposed to work. Let's see. We got Federated Suns against Merrick. Or, I'm sorry, the Fedcom versus Merrick. And it's multiple and in-game. Okay, we need to get out of this, conflict zone then, because it's all in-game missions, which I'm not trying to do in-game missions. I'm trying to pick on Kurita, and they're not making it easy. Because most of the missions are for them, not against them. It's a little bit disconcerting. That, or it's, it's a multi-mission operation, which I'm also not trying to get into. Here we go, targeted kill contract. Have trouble even with full client tech. I mean, again, considering that difficulty 100 missions are a challenge right now, I feel like difficulty 250 is gonna blow that out of the water. That's good though. It's nice to know that there is an end game challenge out there. All right, let's see. We got clear the log jam. This is a targeted kill mission. Reports that targets have spread out to multiple locations. That's pretty normal. And mercenaries active. Alright. Means we might get some good salvage then. And we got a 400-ton weight limit. You love to see it. So let's see what lance we're gonna put together. I think we take the awesome out. We haven't run the disgusting awesome just yet. Oh, right. Here's what I wanted to show you guys. So we got this other Hatamoto. So I don't know if you can see that real well. So this is a custom Hatamoto Chi that's added by the, by Coyotes. It's basically just a Zaku from Gundam. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. I'm not planning to keep it. I found that amusing. Alright, let's see. Any time is a good time for Atlas. And then, what do we want to... You know what? Let's bring out Mjolnir. We'll bring out Mjolnir. Aetherin, you get in there. Ansy, get in there. We'll bring in the Commander and the Awesome. Let's go kick some wigs and split some asses, Chad. Let's make it hot. And Ajax rolling into the chat on a Saturday as well, saying Stompy robots, let's go. I agree. The only way that this Saturday could be better is if we had more stomping robots. I'd also settle for stomping robots plus $1 million. But, you know. Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, incoming transmission.
Our reinforcements are here. Looks like we've got the same employer this time.
Oh, alright. Did you just drop 4? You just dropped 4 champions. Alright. So for those of you that don't know, I affectionately refer to the champion as the mech that exists only to have its arms blown off. I challenge you to legitimately tell me that I'm wrong. Oh, don't worry, buddy. You're gonna get yours. You are gonna get yours. How are you still alive? That's impressive. How about zombie robots and having a milkshake? I mean, that would be good too. I don't currently have a milkshake, but I did have a White Russian earlier. That was pretty good. Oh, okay.
There are one or more powered down battle mech nearby. Keep an eye out for them.
So I think you said stop them before they get away. I'm pretty sure we did that.
Enemy destroyed.
Pretty sure we did that. But there's some powered down battle mechs over here. I guess I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and head over here and take care of that. I got no problem with that. Sometimes the mods like to do that. Drop 4 the same class, had 4 riflemen. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, champions at least have some utility. If it were 4 riflemen, I'd be a little concerned. Yeah, 4 PPCXs. Yes, correct. We have PPC tits on this mech. What is it? Is it V? I don't think I can show you in third person. But all the PPCs are in the center or in the right and left torso locations. So they're PPC boobs. As you can see, it's if I can get close enough, I basically just delete whatever I shoot at. We destroy the enemy lance in half the city, correct. I mean, in case you forgot, Hamster, I mean, I know you're enough of a Battletech person to know, but in the inner sphere, Warcry o'clock is an all-day thing. It's always Warcry o'clock in the inner sphere. Mr. Veebs, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. No one likes Capellans. Even Capellans hate Capellans.
Sensor sweep detected.
However, let it not be said that I didn't say anything positive about Capellans. Capellans, generally speaking, are the worst of the worst, and some of the scummiest folks in the entirety of the Inner Sphere. However, I will give them credit because the Capellans invented plasma rifles, which I would argue is probably their only positive contribution to the whole of human civilization. Because plasma rifles are really good. You know, I'm surprised by the number of atlases on this mission. Be rendered into the past tense. And for those of you keeping score at home, I just one-shotted an atlas. I'm about to do the same thing to this Victor. Once again, be rendered into the past tense. Now let's see how much of that salvage we actually get to keep. There are no good guys in Battletech, just plausible deniability. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, saying that people hate you because you have bad PR is the kind of thing that evil dictators say. Or corporate CEOs. Not that there's a whole lot of difference. I mean, I don't think that's a good analogy, Ajax. That's not fair. I mean, puppies occasionally try to bite, but I mean, they're not very good at it. That atlas, if I stood there long enough, could have absolutely killed me. Yeah, that awesome is not remotely overheating. Correct. I have put all of the upgrades into making it as cool as possible and making its heat generation as low as possible. I can basically, I think we can do, I counted it out, it's like 7 or 8 full volleys back to back before I even start hitting the red line. So, it's, like I said, this mech is pretty disgusting. The reason that I don't use it more is because it's so busted. Like, I could easily break the game by just using that mech all the time. The only way that it would be better is if it was the pretty baby version so that I could get more speed and heat reduction out of it. I've been looking for the pretty baby this entire career. We haven't found it yet. Sith Preacher says, peace through superior firepower. I think what you meant to say was the paraphrase version of that, peace through power. Kane lives, by the way, if you didn't know. I really want the Atlas, but we don't have enough salvage picks, so I guess I'll take the Victor, and we'll take a Dragon, and I really want to take the Gauss as well. You know what? I'll pay 700k for a Gauss. I'll pay 700k for a Gauss. No regrets. No regrets. Payout through superior firepower? Yeah, I mean, that's fair. We get paid by expending as much ammunition as possible. Which is why my awesome is so great, because I don't actually expend any ammunition. So, it's all free. Well, it's not free, but it's on a budget. It's on a budget. Alright, let's go ahead and get the repairs underway. Again, another good showing all around. And then we will sell the Victor because it doesn't really have any tech worth salvaging. And I guess we'll sell the Dragon as well. There's not a whole lot left of it, but it's still worth 1.2 million. I'll take it. And there we go. We're back up over 100 mil. You love to see it. You love to see it. The longer I know the Battletech universe, the more it seems like the lore was just written by Clan Wolf and the Fed Rats. So that sounds like a strange Battletech themed indie brand. I mean, you know, it's... You're not wrong. I mean, the only people that are allowed to win or even be remotely approaching a good guy in the setting are all either Davian or Clan Wolf. I mean, if you look up Mary Sue in Urban Dictionary, you're gonna see the Clan Wolf logo. That'll write the rules. Financial security? Oh, you have no idea, HX. You have no idea. We have spent an absurd amount of money on some very stupid things in his career. At one point, we were pretty close to 200 million, and then I spent down to less than 100 million on just Mech Bay heresy. On just stupid stuff. I mean, I often joke, CVEX, that pretty much all of Battletech lore after the FedCom Civil War is just Comstar fanfiction. I mean, they basically just... All that happens after FedCom Civil War is, oh yeah, the Blakists get really mad, you guys, and then, like, they get all this super powerful lost technology, and they beat the clans, and they beat the houses, and they go on their J-word, and they start beating up all the big bad guys and taking over. Like, it's fan fiction. It's Comstar fan fiction. You know, what can I say? If the Battletech animated series is in-universe propaganda, then everything that happened after FedCom Civil War is Comstar fanfiction. Alright, let's see. Let's get through the star map. What else have we got? We didn't actually do the thing that we set out to do. We got an 8v8. Explain to me how you do an 8v8 in this game. I'm genuinely curious. Let's see, mercenaries arrive in this... Oh, okay, so they're probably going to throw the mercenaries at us for an 8v8. We have a peculiar contract. Mechwarriors of a rival faction have come to us demanding a duel against you and your company. Clearly, they wish to settle a grudge, and since these Mechwarriors happen to be a problem for us, we've decided to take advantage and arrange the duel for our benefit. We hope the terms are to your satisfaction. I mean, if it's an 8v8, I'm assuming they're gonna throw in some mercenaries to help us, but even if they don't, I mean, you see what we just did. Like, if I take out this same lance, we're gold. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll do it. I'll do a duel. I won't even feel bad about it. Yeah, as always, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm gonna make him wait 23 days before we do the mission. Shocky Spark says, glory to Merrick, but also fuck Merrick. Yeah, you've summarized Merrick perfectly. Glory to Merrick, also fuck Merrick. What? Yeah. Yeah. That is 90% of House Merrick's history right there, in a nutshell. If you're gonna check puppies into a sack, and yeah, you used that analogy already. You did, in fact, use that analogy. We're gonna make it hot, Chet. You know how it is. We're gonna make it hot. If the game ever decides to load, good lord. Oh shit. Sorry, Hamster of Wrath, if you're still out there. I missed it. But I wanted to thank you once again for coming out with the raid. And for the raiders that are still around, thank you guys so much for showing up and joining us on this Saturday for some hot mech on mech action as well. And I wish you guys the best. Hope you have an outstanding rest of your weekend. Again, I don't know if you're still out there, Hamster, but if so, thank you so much for dropping by. And Bruce and Buffalo, I see you. Hydration incoming. Guys, are you okay? Really? Really? They gave you an unlimited tonnage limit. They gave you a 400-ton limit, and you only brought one assault mech. Guys, I'm disappointed.
I'd like to come back and see this planet someday, when God finishes building it.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to give him shit about that, and then he qualified it by saying after God finishes building it. So, you know what? Bravo. Bravo, Aetherin. Wait, where is the enemy? I'm confused. Like, this is supposed to be a duel, and yet we're here in this gigantic map with nothing but empty space. I'm very confused. Okay, alright. Good stuff. Where are they at? Like, the arrow was pointing roughly in this direction. Does that, like, are they actually over? Oh, there we go. We got a contact. It's an Orion and an Atlas. Alright. I mean, you guys just saw me one time an Atlas, so I'm not particularly concerned. Ajax, normally I would agree with you that it's important to take the high ground, but I'm using PPC shotguns, so high ground isn't really on the cards for me. Are they shooting at each other?
Focusing our fire on target.
Hey, buddy. Turn around real quick. Hey, thank you. Goodbye. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna get in behind you guys. Just give me just a second. Actually, let me see. Take that guy out, if you don't mind. And let me go ahead and I'm just gonna do what's called a pro gamer move. Otherwise known as a flank. Hey, buddy. No. You had it right. Turn and face me. Goodbye. Oh. Oh. There we go. The heat level's a little high. That's okay, though. I don't know if they're using infernos or what. There we go. Come on, guys. This duel's gonna be over before you even get to the fight. Oh, look at you. Big man. Big man in the Orion. Yeah, I'm also taking critical damage. Get over it, crybaby. Oh no, they got the side torso. I'm using an XL engine in that mech, and they got the side torso. I deserve that, Chet. I deserve that. To quote Ian Dungeon, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. And as I've said many times before, in the inner sphere, overconfidence is a quick and very blunt killer. I mean, there's only 2 or 3 of them left at most. I'm gonna let these donkeys duke it out and see whether or not they can take care of it on their own. I mean, I hope so. There's 7 of them and only 2 of the bad guys left, so like, I really hope they can do it, and yet here's my man's struggling quite a bit. Well, there you go. There you go. Why did I put my hand in the sag? What can I say? Bad tactical decisions. Bad tactical decisions, Ajax. I mean, I didn't give myself the untactical tag for no reason. I mean, to be fair, Ajax, if they know anything about me, if they've seen the way that I play this game, I would have gone with extra shielding on my cockpits as well. I would have absolutely gone with extra shielding. So I can't even be mad at him for that. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got another Atlas. This is the RS variant. Actually, they're both RS variants. I'll take this one. Oof. That's 41 picks. That being said, though, I feel like 2.5 million... I feel like 2.5 million is a small price to pay for an Atlas. Maybe I take the other one. Spend 300k on the Atlas instead. We're gonna have to rebuild most of it, but that's okay. I'll pay 300k for another Atlas. And I like how, you know, the mech exploded, but the commander's just like, yeah, I just need to sleep it off. Give me like 3 days. Like, really? You just had the mech explode underneath you, and you're just like, give me a couple of days to sleep it off. Like, alright. Alright, let's get Crab Squad put back together. Let's get Fast Annie put back into cold storage. We got Quado. Basilisk is actually put back together, so let's dump that into cold storage. And then we just repair up the rest of these mechs. I hope we didn't lose anything irreplaceable. But let me, real quick, we'll go in here. Let me make sure that we're doing all of our weapon upgrades like we're supposed to. I'm at the point now where I'm basically upgrading everything to at least tier 2. Well, everything that's possible to upgrade anyway. There we go. And then, let me see, do we have any PPCXs that I can upgrade? We do have some tier 2s that we can turn into tier 3s. I will absolutely do that. Alright. And then let's have a look here. Best PPCX boat was an Arena Warhawk from a mod, but it doesn't quite have the cooling to face roll. Yeah, and that's the benefit of this awesome, is we basically dumped all of the cooling into it. It's running double heat sinks. I've got a bunch of upgrades that also improve the cooling. You know, we're running the double heat sink kit. Like, it's... We're going ham with the cooling. Alright, so we're able to replace everything except for the short burst lasers. That's not the end of the world. Let me see. What do we have? Do I have any more short burst lasers? I mean, I could do a medium pulse laser. We've also got an X pulse laser, which would be really good. X pulse lasers are damn good. Do I have enough to put another PPCX? I don't. That's disappointing. We did also, if I remember right, we got some snub-nosed PPCs as well. I haven't tested them, though. I have not tested them. Decisions. Because the snub-nose are only 6 tons versus the 7 for the PPCX. But the PPCX is so good. So let's see. What do we got? We got a couple of tier 5s. So I'm definitely going to put in the tier 5s. Always higher tier. We've got one tier 4. And then we got some tier 3s. So we're going to have a mix, but that's okay. That's okay. AMS. I mean, you know what? An AMS wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The only problem is no AMS. Like, we have ammo for an AMS. We just haven't been able to find the actual weapon systems. Yeah, Travis. So the X is based on the concept of the snub-nosed PPC, but in recent years, the snub-nosed PPC has changed in concept. It used to be a PPC shotgun. Now it's just a cut-down PPC with worse accuracy but more damage. And obviously it's a little bit lighter. So the PPCX is basically replacing the original idea of what the Snub-Nosed PPC was. So what's up? You say there's no minimum range on PPCs, but there absolutely are. And that's the reason that you don't generally, generally speaking, I don't use PPCs on any mech that I'm gonna give to the AI, because so minimum range works a little bit different in Mechwarrior 5 than it does in, say, Battletech, whether that be Tabletop or Battletech 2018. So whenever you use a PPC within its minimum range in, like, say, Battletech 2018 or BTA or RogueTech, it takes a significant penalty to accuracy. In Mechwarrior 5, it's illustrated much the same way. So when you're inside the minimum range of a PPC, what happens is, like, the convergence point of where the PPC actually lines up with the crosshairs starts to deviate. In other words, the PPC bolt does not go where you're aiming the closer you get to the mech. And the problem is, the AI doesn't know what to do about that. So me, as a player, I know that's a thing, and I can counterbalance that. Like, what I can do is just say, okay, well, I know that the PPCs are going to be shooting a little more outside of where I'm actually aiming. I can take that into consideration, and I can still hit my target. The AI cannot do that. So they'll still sit there and try to shoot, but they're shooting at a point that, like, they're not hitting, and it doesn't know what to do with that. And the problem with the AI is, because the AI in this game is dumb, even when you get a mod that improves the AI, the issue that you run into is, even when you have your mechs, like, set up to be long range, they still go charging into point blank range. No matter what you do, no matter what AI package you set them to, they still try to just charge in to close range. And so giving them PPCs is a surefire way to get them destroyed, because they're always going to try to charge straight at the enemy and get blown up. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way the game works, sadly. Unfortunately, beyond doing a full overhaul, there's not really any way to fix that. And, like, even TT Rules AI, which is what we're using, like, it doesn't rewrite the AI, it's just a bolt-on mod that modifies how the AI acts. That's pretty much it. Like, you can't change the way the AI acts, you can only modify its behavior. There are some default actions and default settings that the AI is going to do no matter what, and you just, again, there's no avoiding it. Yeah, Truff says, welcome to class. Mario will be your teacher. Yeah, and so this is the, like, so for those of you guys that don't know, I'm a nerd. I get into nerd shit, and one of the like, I'm an amateur game dev. I'm an amateur writer. I'm a self-taught programmer. Like, I'm interested in this stuff. I am interested in, like, the nuts and bolts of games, how they work, how artificial intelligence in games works. Like, all that stuff is really interesting to me. Because, like, I remember the before times. I remember the golden age of games. I remember when, you know, games like Fear, that is FEAR, First Assault, or First Encounter Assault Recon, revolutionized what people thought was possible with AI in a first-person shooter, except they didn't. All they did was add some sound bites and make the computer do some slightly different behaviors from what typical Call of Duty AI did, where they would just charge straight at you. But knowing, like, peeking behind the curtain on Fear and understanding why the enemies in that game seemed so smart in spite of the fact that they weren't, is again, to me, is an extremely fascinating aspect of game design. Because playing against a human being is always going to be better and more rewarding than playing against a computer. But we can't all do that, and not everybody wants to play against another human being. So the way that we design artificial intelligence in games in order to challenge ourselves is almost a psychological game. Like, in the sense that it's less about, you know, enemies need to take cover and they need to, you know, communicate and this and that. Like, it's less about what the AI actually does, and it's more about how the player perceives the actions of the AI. And that's part of the reason that I think Mechwarrior 5 gets so harshly criticized for its AI, because the AI in this game is so blatantly stupid. Like, it does things that make no sense within the context of the game. Like, you could still make the AI dumb, but you could spin it in a way and change the way that the AI behaves in certain ways to make it more believable within the setting. Like when you play, for example, BTA or Rogue Tech, when you're playing Battletech 2018, that's a good example of how to do the AI right, because the AI is dumb, but it still takes a lot of things into consideration, and it does things based on what the player's expectation is. And so while the AI isn't particularly impressive, it's the way that you perceive it that makes it good. Yeah, Alien Isolation is another great example. The Alien AI is really fucking dumb. But the way it's presented, the way it's contextualized, and the way that the alien constantly, well, up until like the very end of the game, but the way that the alien, for like 90% of the game, is in the power position, where all it has to do is make contact with the player and you are dead, makes up for a lot of the AI being rock stupid, because it's there to act as a horror device rather than an adversary to play against. You're not trying to outsmart the alien so much as you're just trying to avoid it. And again, once you understand how the AI works behind the scenes, and you understand what you need to do and how to cheese it, then it loses a lot of the mystique. But in that first playthrough, or the first couple of playthroughs, before you start to figure out how the AI works, it's an outstanding experience. It's a stellar experience. And you think that the developers have put way more effort into this than they actually have. Yeah, exactly. The rubber banding is really bad, and the alien literally just appears when it's supposed to, and sometimes just to fuck with you. But again, within the context of the game, it's extremely effective. But anyway, enough of my tangent. And Bob McBobberstein rolling into the chat on a Saturday saying, "Sup chat, what it do?" Well, good to see you, Bob. Glad you could join us on a Saturday. I was just going off on a tangent about oh god, 4.2 million. You know what? It's worth it. I love this machine. But anyway, yeah, I was going off on a tangent about video game AI. We actually have enough for a cataphract. I'll go ahead and put that together, and then we'll sell it. Can we put anything else together? Doesn't look like it. Alright, cataphract, what you got? Nothing of value. Get out of here. Alright. Let's hit the star map again. Do we have any good missions up next? We got Merrick versus Fedcom. We got a bunch of Curita stuff. Like, all the missions are for Curita, not against them, and it's really irritating. It's like, where are the missions to pick on the Draconis Combine? None of these missions are picking on them. They're all for them. Let's head over here to Steiner's base. Maybe there'll be more stuff against them. Oh my. Oh my, the chug is real. The chug is real. DCMS just wants some help. Well, you know, Shocky, Sparks, if they wanted some help, they should try not being like the galaxy's greatest, well, second greatest buttholes. The Capellans are the galaxy's biggest buttholes. Just to clarify. Alright, what do we get? What do we get? We got target and kill against Kurita. Outstanding. You love to see it. Let's get on it. Let's get on it. Let's see. Mercenaries in the cluster. Reports the targets are traveling together. Outstanding. And then, what's our tonnage limit? Tonnage limit is 400. Alright, let's mix it up a little bit. Let's mix it up a little bit. We took the cheaty mechs. We took the PPCX awesome out. I will say this. Chat. It's been almost 6 hours, and I'm fucking starving. I think this is gonna be our last mission for the day. But you know what? We're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. We are gonna go out in King Crab style, chat.
It's quiet now, but be ready for anything. Grid seems clear for now.
Let's see, what else do we got? What else do we got? Dang it. Do we have anybody else? Anybody else? Nope. Alright. Close. Let's see. Haven't taken Mara out in a little bit, and then who else? Who else? Let's take out Jacob. Actually, you know what? Let's take out Mate. Mate hasn't been in since the beginning of the stream. Food is important. It is important, and I have not eaten today, so I definitely need to get some food in me. But if we're gonna close out the stream, by God, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. So we're gonna take 400 tons of crab action. Let's make it hot, Chad. Let's make it hot. There you go. Yeah, you got it right, fool. You got it right.
There's a good chance our targets have split up in order to evade us. The more locations on the map are the most likely areas where we'll find them.
Okay. Are they all in the same direction this time, at least? No. Alright, well, I'm gonna take the two they're closest, and I'm gonna do that because I know that when I do, that's not where the enemies are gonna be. But thankfully, the enemies should all be together, so when we find them, we should find all the targets in the same place. We just have to hope that they're going to be in this direction and not in the opposite direction where the other isolated objective is. I'm not going to go jumping down the cliff either because the last time I did that, it ended badly for me. So I'll go away where my lance mates are actually able to keep up with me. I see some buildings out here, and that looks like prime real estate for turret cartel.
Our target must have given us a slip. Let's check out the other locations.
Thanks, Mom. That's exactly what I'm doing. Look on the enemy commander's face when he hears 4 king crab, yeah. So there was a mission in Coyotes last stream when I first started playing with it, where actually, you know what? Let's bring in the aerospace fighter. Maybe they can help us track him down. But there was a moment where we went to a mission and they brought like 3 king crabs and an atlas.
New target, Marauder.
Focusing our fire on target.
Just a marauder, eh? Just a marauder, eh? Yep, well you can glory to Draconis Combine right up until I take your legs off. Suck it, nerd. Alright, that was not the target. Or even related to the targets. But as usual, the turret cartel is out here doing turret cartel things. You know how that goes. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of facilities, but I'm not seeing enemies. I'm not seeing turrets. It makes me very worried that the enemy is not going to be over here. And then we're going to end up having to walk over 3 kilometers that direction. I'm also concerned because my aerospace fighter is off in that direction, which makes me think that the targets are probably over there. They're helpful, but always get bodied on the mission to get them. I mean, it's tough. And so pretty much what I've had to do whenever we do the exploration missions is I have pretty much had to go in and take like my entire lance and put them on the dropship and then go off by myself and capture the loot. That's the only way I've succeeded.
Our target is not here.
Son of a bitch.
Look at the other locations.
Alright, well, looks like it's 3 kilometers in the other direction, boys. Oh, well, you know what? They're throwing some enemies at us, at least. Let's see, we got a Warhammer. I'll see if I can leg you before they CT you. Also, for those missions, make sure you don't just immediately wander into the evac zone. Now, Kolowski, that's insane. Like, who would do that, though? Like, who would be stupid enough to go into a mission where it clearly says, step into the ring to evac, and then just walk straight into that ring and evac without doing anything? I mean, that's just dumb. What kind of a moron would do that? It's definitely not the kind of thing I would do. And certainly not the kind of thing that I've previously done.
Going critical. I have to eject.
Wait, is my ASF out here just like killing these donkeys? Like I'm over here Cadillacing my way to the fucking objective, and the aerospace fighters just out here doing bombing runs, killing off everybody. If I'm gonna give this dude a raise. If he somehow manages to kill everybody before I even get there, like, this dude's getting a raise. Needless to say, may have picked a bad mech for a mission where we have to traverse a lot of ground. Light, medium, or heavy? I don't know if they have weight classes in Coyote's mod, what's up, but they do have different styles. So they have the attacker, the interceptor, and the multi-role. I currently have the multi-role, so I'm not sure which type that would make it. But I didn't really have any choice in the matter. You don't get to decide what type of ASF you get when you do the mission, it just gives you one. And the multi-role is what it gave me.
Primary target is down. Kill confirmed.
No shit.
We've gotten all of them, Commander. Good job.
Alright, well, clearly, the ASF pilot's getting a fucking raise. The dude literally just went off and accomplished the objective without my input.
Heavy metal spotted.
That's fucking amazing.
Group target received.
Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wish I could do that with my fucking lance mates. I wish I could have just split my fucking lance and said, hey, you two doofuses go over here and we'll go over to this other area. But instead, I had to send a fucking aerospace fighter to do the job. And not only did he do it, he did it more quickly and efficiently than if I had sent my own lance mates to get it done. It is both hilarious and sad in equal measure. And Ajax says, time for some Space Station 14. See ya later, ya probates. Well, good to see you anyway, Ajax. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday. Hopefully you had a good time. And I do hope that you have an outstanding time with the auxiliary. And an outstanding rest of your weekend as well. Well, Mate, I got bad news. I'm still live, but I'm about to not be. You caught us at the tail end of the last mission for the night. But either way, still glad to see you. Still glad you could make it. Thanks for dropping by. Let's see what we got. Oh, what? Well, apparently, an Annihilator was the target, or one of the targets. Yeah, screw it. I'm taking the Annihilator. I'm taking the Annihilator. I don't even care if it's 5 million. I'm taking the Annihilator. Alright. Well, there we go, chat. That is, yeah, exactly, crew card. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And now we got a brand new Annihilator that we can do all sorts of Mech Bay heresy to. Plus, we have the new Atlas that we picked up from salvage. So we need to put that back together, and then we're one step closer to Steiner Scout Squad. If you know, you know. So, things are looking up. Things are looking up. Alright, we got all the repairs underway. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a manual save, as you do. Remember, chat, better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. And let's head back to the office, shall we? Head back to the office, and I'll get rid of the angry Mech Bay noises. Are mech portraits vanilla? They look good. I mean, some of them are. Some of those mech portraits are vanilla. Ah, alright. Well, you know, chat, we made some fucking progress today, didn't we? I feel like, man, we got back into it. I managed to salvage the career, so we got the brand new updated map. We're about a year, maybe a year and a half away from the official beginning of the clan invasion. So finally, I've been promising you guys for months that we were going to get some fucking clan tech and we were going to do some real Mech Bay heresy. We're almost there. We're almost there. We spent so long picking on the Capellans and picking on Kurita, but now we're going to have a real unifying enemy to pick on in the form of the clans. And it's going to be good. We're going to get some badass tech. We're going to get some good mechs. And we're going to beat the shit. We're going to beat the shit out of some tubers. And it's going to be great. Remember, chat. Honor is for clanners and losers. And those are the same fucking thing as far as I'm concerned. Can already taste the clan ER medium spam. You damn right. You are damn right. And that's exactly what we're going to do with some of these designs. Make no mistake. Once we start getting our hands on those clan lasers, it's gonna be gross. It is gonna be gross. Wait until I get my hands on some clan ERP PCs. You think the awesome is bad now. You just fucking wait. And when the Capellans start developing those damn plasma rifles, oh buddy. Oh buddy. It's gonna be nasty. Nasty. So just wait and see. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Well, Mate, I've said this before, and don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I've said before. It is okay, and in fact, should be expected that you fight with honor. Fighting with honor is a good thing, and you should always do it if you can. Fight with honor. Fight as a decent, respectful human being, who has an equal amount of respect for your enemy. Fight with honor. But do not fight for honor. Honor is a concept. Honor doesn't pay bills. It doesn't feed starving people. It doesn't build roofs over the homeless. Honor is a concept. Fight with honor. Do not fight for honor. But that's my opinion. Of course, you're entitled to your own. But that is my clarification. I give clanners a hard time because they may fight with honor, but they also fight for honor. And it has led to most of the extremely stupid fucking decisions that the clans have made over their long and illustrious existence. In almost every case where the clans were defeated, it was not because their tech was bad. It was not because their pilots were inferior. It's not because their mechs couldn't do the job. It's not because of their logistics or their navy. It wasn't even necessarily because of their leadership ability or their tactics. It was because they fought for honor and placed honor above tactical awareness, strategic awareness, and the simple fact of the matter that you fight wars to win. What you win is irrelevant. You fight wars to win. And if you go in with any other objective, if you go in with an objective like glory or making your name or, making your bloodline look good, then you have already lost the battle because you have gone on to do something other than win. So, again, that's just my thing. But besides all that, fuck all that. So I want to thank you guys for coming out today on a Saturday, coming to hang out and enjoying some hot mech on mech action with us. Again, the world is a roller coaster of challenges, and we don't all have a lot of time on this planet. So I thank you for being here. Whether you spent 5 minutes or 5 hours here, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, there's a million places you could be and a billion other things you could be doing. So that you have decided to spend some of your precious time on this planet with me and with this community, it makes me feel good. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like I said, all of those minutes are precious. They all mean something, and I appreciate you spending some of them here with us. And before we go, I want to thank you one more time for being here, again, for making this community what it is, and making this stream an awesome stream. Thank you guys so much again from the bottom of my heart. And I want to remind you, like I always do, that your life has value, and that the world is a better place with you in it. Never let anyone tell you otherwise, and I'll see you next time.